Okay, are we rolling? Yes, the numbers are moving. We're rolling again. Okay, once again, this is A.L. Nolram, the bombastic and bodacious mouth of the South from Beauregard, Alabama. And we're here today to talk to you about information technology. You notice I got the information technology hat on. Now, I screwed up last time, and I put on still had on the politicking hat when I went to do the UGMMHL, the User's Guide and Maintenance Manual to Human Life. I'm sorry about that. That was just a slip of the mind. My forgetter's been working overtime lately, I'm here to tell you. And so you just think about that. Also, some people think it's because of my little libation here that I use to keep my voice limber sometimes, and they think that's the problem, and it may have an effect on it. I do not know, but let me put it to you this way, folks: a little nip now and then don't help. It don't hurt you a bit. A little nip. You know, that's the new Independence Party. That's what we're going to do to those 2012 elections when we try to get Miss Sarah Palin and Mr. Herman Cain elected as president, vice president, respectively, of the United States. Along with a few folks to help them out. You know, Oprah Winfrey as Department of State, and Warren Buffett, Department of Treasury, Bill Gates, Department of Information Technology, Donald Trump, Department of Commodities. You know, that. Well, you want to know all about that, you got to go out there on the NIPA track. You got to check out the Big Al's opinion on the NIPAs. If you want to know about the new Independence Party, if you want to know about the UGMMHL, that's the User's Guide and Maintenance Manual to Human Life, then you got to go out there on that track to look at that. And if you want to, if you're one of those eclectic people that likes a little bit of everything, then you just check out Big Al's opinion on anything and everything. Yeah, you'll find a lot there for you. But today we're talking about information technology, and we're talking about bits, bytes, and MBs. And no, puppies, that does not mean Milky Bones. That means megabytes. All right, you ready now? We're going to go into that. First of all, did you know? We'll do a little history of information technology. Didn't you know it's based on electronics? That's another technology, electronics. And electronics is based on the tiniest bit of matter that you ever did see, called an electron. You just move a little electrons from here to there, back and forth, whatever, and that's how you get electricity, that's how you get electronics, and that's how you get information technology, which is built on that technology. You get technology layered on technology, layered on technology, layered on technology. And you know what happens? If something happens to that lowest layer, that foundation of your technology, we'll get to that in a little bit. But anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about the history. Now, it's based on, see, information technology is based on electronics, which is the tiniest little bit of matter there ever was, called an electron, moving it from here to there. Now, how much power does it take to move a little electron from here to there, whatever, you know? It's kind of like in the UGMMHL series where we talk about, God says, not many mighty are called. You know, only the little common fellas are called. Not many mighty folks, not many powerful, wealthy, influential people are called to serve the Lord. It's just the common little everyday fella like you and me. But anyway, let's move on. Information technology, the foundation of information technology. We talked about how it was layered upon layer upon layer upon layer. Did you know? You see, a bunch of you people out there think that you have money and you have property and you have all of these things, all these material possessions. Well, let me tell you, in these, and that may have used to been the case, but let me tell you about what happens in these days. All the banks, they've got some money. They've got some money, bits of paper and pieces of metal that say "In God We Trust" on them, but they don't use those very much anymore, do they? You use little bits of plastic that don't say "In God We Trust," and you use little personal checks and stuff that don't say "In God We Trust." You have those things. See, they're trying to wean you off of that "In God We Trust." They're trying to get you away from your God and get you off on other things, and stuff like that. And really, you don't have money these days. You've got little bits in a computer somewhere, little bits and bytes and megabytes in a computer somewhere, in a bank, or maybe you folks that think you got property, you may have an actual physical deed. But most of these days, people are trying to get away from paper. They're trying to go to a paperless society so that all of your documents, all of your identity, and all of the things that you think you own, all your property, and all the things that you think you are all a few little electronic bits in a computer someplace. And you know how much it takes to turn a millionaire into a pauper? You flip one little bit, and all of a sudden he goes from $1 million in his bank account to $0 in his bank account. You just flip one little bit, and all of a sudden it's, well, actually, if you flip a different bit, then he goes from $1 million plus to $1 million minus. He owes $1 million instead of having $1 million plus. That's just flipping a different little bit. That's how it works. You see if it don't. Okay, so we got banks. You know how you bank some property. Let me tell you this, folks. What would happen if information technology went away tomorrow? Let's say that this Mayan prophecy they're talking about in December 2012. Let's say what this is what some of the scientists say it is out there. Let's just agree with them for just a minute. Let's say that those scientists say that when the planets align up on 12 December 2012, that's going to draw this electromagnetic pulse, this big solar flare from the sun towards the earth, and it's going to wipe out information technology. Every single computer chip. There was this little series on TV a few years ago called Dark Angel with Jessica Alba that was built on that premise of what would happen if something came in, electromagnetic pulse. Now, you see, I'm not that worried about the sun producing an electromagnetic pulse. But did you know that atomic bombs produce an electromagnetic pulse too, just like the sun does? Now, what I'm concerned about is what happens when some of those terrorists figure out how to create an electromagnetic pulse without an atomic bomb that does all that destructive stuff. They just produce there was this Batman program a while back where they had this machine that produced an electromagnetic pulse, and it wiped out, their control of their water system. Well, what happens if that electromagnetic pulse wipes out the computer system that controls a nuclear reactor, or what else? The internet, or maybe the one that controls the power grid, or maybe the hydroelectric dam or something like that. What happens when they use that? They get an electromagnetic pulse that takes out the computer system that controls that stuff. You remember this little thing? There was Die Hard or Live Free or Die Hard, something like that, with Bruce Willis, and they talked about something about the fire sale, and how they could wipe out things and like that. Isn't that the kind of thing that would happen if information technology got wiped out? Let's say a solar flare comes in on 12 December 2012. What you going to do then? If every single cell phone, every single thing that's controlled by a computer, including your car, if you got one of them new cars, everything quits working. What you going to do then? Okay, well, that's just something to think about. Trains, planes, automobiles, planes be falling out of the sky, trains be stopping on the tracks, all that kind of stuff. Think about that, people. I do. We do in the New Independence Party. We try to have contingency plans in place for those kind of situations. You see if we don't. But anyway, what if, well, you see, low tech, we figure in the New Independence Party, sometimes a computer program is not the best solution to a problem. Sometimes it's a little something to write with and a little something to write on. That's what gets the job done. Now, some of you folks, you'd like to keep your grocery list and everything on your computer, and that's fine. What happens when that computer dies? What happens when it just gives up the ghost and decides that it's done for the day? what you gonna do then? Well, that's something to think about. That's just little meanderings from a little silly old man in Beauregard, Alabama. So you don't pay no never mind to it. I'll tell you right now. Let's see. The next time we get together on information technology, I think I bored you to tears enough. The next time we get together, we're going to talk about what is all out there, because you folks figure information technology ain't never going to go away. So therefore, let's talk about all the kind of little hardware doodads, the PCs, the printers, the scanners, the cell phones, the smartphones, the tablets, all of the desktops, the laptops, the servers, switches, routers, all that kind of information technology stuff. We'll just tell you about all the hardware things that are out there. But for right now, we'll say bye-bye for now. Y'all take care of each other out there. Don't be doing too much fussing and feuding. Be kind to each other. And above it all, God bless America. Thank you. Bye-bye.